Alright, this is going to be a basic field strip of the Springfield 1911 A1 45. I'm just going to break it down real fast and we're going to go ahead and put it all back together. It's pretty simple. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure you take out your magazine. There are no rounds in it. Make sure there's nothing in the chamber, of course. And then the first thing you're going to do is come up here to this plug, and you're going to want to get your recoil spring out and your barrel bushing. And make sure you keep your thumb on the plug very well. Make sure you keep it on there, because if you don't, and right whenever you twist this barrel bushing counterclockwise, when you're looking down the barrel, this plug can come flying out and go across the rim. So trust me, keep your thumb on that. So you go ahead, you take your barrel bushing out, set that off to the side, take your plug out, and then you have your plug out, your recoil springs free. Now you just got to get your slide off the receiver. All you got to do is slide your slide back to the first notch. That's the takedown notch, and you press in the little button on the slide stop, and it should come straight out with a little bit of maneuvering. There you go. Take that slide stop, just press that on through. Set that off to the side. Now your slide will come free the receiver. Little effort. And that's basically it. Now all you have to do is take out your recoil spring and take out the barrel. And you're good. You go ahead and do all your cleaning, getting the receiver. There's a lot more to break down of the receiver. I'll do that in another video if anybody happens to like that, but that's a basic field strip. All you'd really need to do for cleaning after shooting and all that. So now to go ahead and put it back together, you're going to take your barrel, slide it on into the slide, and put your spring back in, recoil spring. You're going to want to do that by making sure that that little concave portion right there, that's going to run along, it's going to hug the barrel like that, and you just go ahead and slide that forward for now. So you got your recoil spring back in the slide, your barrel back in the slide, and make sure that this little pin where the slide stop is going to eventually go back through the receiver, it's going to go through this hole, and then the pin will poke out like it did as we were breaking it down. Just make sure that that stays forward, or you're not going to be able to get your slide stop back on. Make sure that your little concave portion of the recoil spring stays hugging the barrel. So I like to try and keep it all in place with my left hand as I put it back on with my right hand, but just like this. And then you go ahead and slide your receiver back into the grooves of the slide, and then we should be able to, I don't know if you can see that, if you see through the takedown or the slide stops little hole there, you can see that little pin I was telling you about that you got to keep forward. You can see right now it's a little off, and there you go. So you go ahead, put your slide stop back in, and if your gun's relatively new, you're going to have a little pin right here that keeps your slide stop in, keeps it from coming out. You can use anything really, anything small. You can even use your fingernail, but just for so you can see for this video, I'm using little tools they gave me with my gun. Go ahead and just depress that little thing there and slide that back in just like that. And then your pin isn't fully reinstalled yet. You're going to have to slide your slide back to where the takedown notch lines up with the slide stop again, and then you go ahead and press that on through just like that. Now your slide is back on the receiver. The only thing you have left to do is get your plug back on the spring, and remember to be careful with this because it'll come flying out and go across the room. Trust me, I did it once. And you just get your barrel bushing back on the opposite way you got it off. Slide it back down. Make sure that the barrel bushing hugs the plug right there, and then you're done. Action your gun a few times, make sure everything's working properly. And that's the field strip of the Springfield 1911 A1 military specification 45.